Alrighty, we are back in action for the second part of this little series. I'm unsure how many missions there are, but that will determine how many episodes, one episode per mission, no matter how long it takes or how much I fail. But we're gonna be doing second mission in the game. I already a little bit of lore drop, so let's lock in.
As of 1 p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusia has declared war on the Osean Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country.
This is why we don't need
According to the
AI,
Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on. I've just received breaking news.
Oh no.
The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Erusia, has been seized by the Erusian
That
army.
sounds important.
Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time,
Uh-oh.
but his current whereabouts are unknown.
Uh-oh, that's gonna be a
Our
problem.
sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to this war. Located near Erusia, on the continent of Erusia, the space elevator has been under construction for some time now. The Executive
what's even the
Office of the
point?
Osean Federation has declared a national state of emergency.
Let's see what
They
they
have
did there.
ordered all its armed forces, including Usian peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched an attack on the capital today, striking Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle,
happened
the
with,
Erusian Air Force successfully
Troll?
repelled them. During the air raid, the Osean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
Definitely one proper way to finish
The
that.
world was screwed.
Okay.
20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Erusia was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit. Hard. Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head-to-head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world.
Sounds very
They
familiar.
even tried saving the Usians, still suffering from the disaster.
Or
That's
not.
how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Erusia, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusia, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusia went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone. The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process. Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusia didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner. And when all this was going down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer. In case you were wondering, yeah, I survived. I crashed in a bombed-out Osean Air Force base, then got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye.
I am Princess Rosa Cassette Delise of the Kingdom of Arusia. Today, Ocean airstrikes have shattered the lives of countless Erusians. Their attacks practically leveled the school I went to. It is heartbreaking. Tragic.
I was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship, too. We headed off down south for several days, and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusia, on the opposite side of the Yuzian continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats, and the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape. They found out, and set the dogs on me.
Uh-oh. Okay, now it's our turn to do something. Mission briefing. Now remember what this mission
Erusia
is.
has made a declaration to the Ocean Federation and all countries on the Yusian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war. Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed forces. Forces aligned with Erusia are currently appearing throughout Yusia. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now encroaching on us in the east. Additionally, the multinational space elevator has been seized by the Erusian military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset in the fight against growing energy concerns. Whoever has control of it will have enormous influence over the entire continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation. The Fort Gray's Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle to reclaim the elevator as an advance element. First, you will attack all hostiles coming in the east of Schofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops. The enemy has deployed several vehicles equipped with anti-air radar along the roads. You are to destroy them. They should not pose much of a threat. However, there is a high likelihood that the attack will draw more enemy air support. If that happens, fight them off swiftly and establish air superiority.
Okay, here we go. What I want to use the F-16 now. But we're not. How far did I get? Oh, I beat the game. But it's been quite the second since I beat the game. So we do have time to get there. Do that 14. Let's do the unlocked. Locked. Oh. No. Let's do the MiG-29. I haven't done any of these bottom aircraft, so we'll do that this time through. Be the only one in Soviet aircraft. Alrighty, I'm gonna skip to when I load into the mission.
Current target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles and anti-air weaponry.
A plane.
Destroy the target.
Like, imagine
HQ has made it clear that no
what I
harm should
have
come
to
to
say about this
civilians
game
and no
is
damage is being
very
done to public
nice
facilities.
areas, but like, I live down here. Looks chill. Retire, move out to the a little farm.
Do you
Down
have
here.
visual on the anti-air radar vehicles?
Ranch.
They should be close.
Something close to a little town.
Yep. Vehicle down.
Intercept! Fire the AA! Get the radar vehicle out of there! We don't have any weapons yet. It's popping off now, Trigger. War has officially begun.
Yup.
Target destroyed. 5 to go.
Get the fighters
I
out
should
there!
get Wyatt to do a Fallout 4 playthrough. Try to get those two to do more things.
Target destroyed. 3 to go. Continue to engage.
All I have to
at
do
your
is
discretion.
record it because I'm the one who edits everything. So.
Enemy interceptors inbound.
But I have a
Prepare to
list of
engage in
games
30
that I can
seconds.
go through and play.
Wilco, here they come. Take them down. Okay, recruits. Pay attention to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire force via satellites. It's reliable, so trust your radars. We're using the containers now. Those weapons are meant for tactical
Next is Mad Max.
Trigger, there's
That
one
game I
more to
haven't
go.
beat yet,
Mage 2, they have a lock on
but
you.
I know it's a good one. Cause I've done a decent bit. I've
That
tried
was
that
the last
game out.
radar vehicle. Great
I went
work.
through the prologue of it.
Radar vehicles
Max
destroyed,
and
and the
Max.
interceptor shows no sign of retreating. Take it
Should've
out.
shot that.
Continue with the mission. Crush as many as you can.
Enemy transports are taxiing.
Mage 2 is splashed a bit.
Oh,
No, they're not linked to the radar vehicle. Launch manually. Redo the setup. Here's some feedback for those forward Write your manuals in a language we can understand. Enemy transport destroyed. There's more.
let's launch a plane. Crash and burn.
Locked. Alright, this base is worth destroying.
Missile inbound. Evade.
Who's shooting?
Check your face.
Oh, I got there.
Enemy has entered clouds. In pursuit.
Target is in range of guns.
Didn't connect.
Oh, now Russian
Keep your mind
planes.
focused. All transports have been destroyed. Further radar carrying.
I'm giving up on that plane. Get this guy.
Fox 2.
Oh, I forgot it's hard mode after like.
I'm on this one's tail.
Not to be spring chicken.
Enemy on your tail. Watch it.
5 targets
And
remaining.
rarely ever use the machine gun, but it's
The clouds
no
don't just
survival
affect your
thing.
field of vision. They also mess with your HUD and radar. The Seekers can sometimes lose their lock-on to their targets, too.
Missile hit.
Now, Adamfall came out with his.
Enemy will crash in a
Adamfall
residential
came
area.
out yesterday. I should do
Just
an
worry about
Adamfall
staying alive
playthrough.
for now.
Like 3 seconds into
4
the game.
targets remaining.
But I want that to be like a game where I can just play on it. It's a lot of times I want to play a game, but
That's a miss.
watch something in the background, but then I come to like, oh, I want to record that game, so I can have something in the background. So,
3 targets remaining.
because I don't want to lose interest in the game. This one's been, I played it like maybe 6 months ago, and yeah, I played it like 6 months ago, beat it, and then I realized, I'm like, well, this, I want to record a video with it, but like I haven't been 100% into playing the game.
Ready to launch.
but I had interest in doing a little. Oh, wait, yeah. That's like a fun game I'd like to do a series
Status
with.
report. Multiple bogies on radar. They're close.
Wait, they're being launched.
You're clear to engage. They're probably hostile.
Judging by the way they look, they've gotta be drones. Well spotted, clown. No doubt about it, we're dealing with UAVs. But that doesn't change a thing. Just think of them as somewhat clever decoys. Take them all down. These drones have great agility. All aircraft. You know what high G turns are, right? Use them.
Fox 2.
HQ, this is Golem 1. Bandits confirmed as
I
UAVs.
know.
Repeat, bandits are drones.
Get my first rodeo.
Golem 1, that doesn't matter. Destroy all enemy fighters and get out. It doesn't matter? He's saying the war can change at instant. Get over it. Yeah, I just wish they'd give us a bit more warning.
I see you. Come on,
Golem Squadron, surround them.
turn around. Tell me no. This is gonna take absolute ages. It's gonna be big, boring. I need to lock in. Get him! Thank you.
UAV confirmed destroyed. Hell yeah. Golem Squadron, you're not gonna let Phage get all the glory, are ya?
Yeah, give me all the glory, please. Wait for
I'll
that
buy a
to do
dinner
one of
for
those.
anyone who takes down an
Go
enemy.
straight into a 184 million degree
You're
turn.
doing good.
We're in the clouds.
Just two more.
If you hear any noise, that's the trash. That's the trash, folks.
Golem 1,
I don't know
Fox
why I shot, and I clearly saw that I wasn't
Got you
going.
now. Firing.
Crap. The aircraft is icing up. I'm getting a warning.
Get out of the clouds. The
Oh yeah,
ice
that
will melt.
was not.
Don't try to read their movements.
Never mind.
One to go. Let's get through this without any casualties.
Oh, we're about to get the business.
Fox 2! Fox 2!
Mage 2, missile away.
I missed by a mile. Thank you.
Nice kill, Trigger.
Another one,
Enemy
please.
aircraft
Thank you.
confirmed down.
The skies are clear. Nice work,
Another
everyone.
one, thank you.
Mission complete. RTB.
Yup, let's go.
No casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
I don't know. Maybe the bandits we took down caused civilian casualties.
That's the least of our concerns.
No point
Well,
arguing.
I didn't
That's
say
how
that.
war is these days. You shoot, someone gets killed. The guys in charge take care of the rest.
Come on. No, because he instantly took. I'm not gonna watch that. I do not have all day. Yes, here's a little briefing and then.
You've given us air superiority by destroying their radar. The first barrier keeping us from retaking the space elevator is gone. Now is the time to group up and begin the counteroffensive. Let us reclaim what is ours.
Oh, that was it? Alrighty, in that case. Ooh, new skin. In that case, this will be the end of our episode 2, where we did the second mission, and then who's blues, who knows. I'll be back with episode 3 at some point. We'll see. Thank you for watching.